Who am I and what am I doing? My name is Vicki and I'm a food addict and I want to recover. And to that end, my job today is to trust God, clean house, and help others. Today, we are going to talk simple and easy pork chops. So I have right here about 1 pound of center cut pork chops, no bone. A little bit of fat on them. We're going to leave that until after we cook it. You can just trim it before you eat it. But we're going to start with this, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. You are literally going to cook them under a broiler, 4 minutes each side, and that's it. I know. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. Be back in a flash. All right. So this is the smallest of the three of my pans, my baking sheets, jelly roll pans. Remember that terminology? We're going to do a quick foil because I don't like to wash dishes. I don't have to. We're going to do the upside down foil trick. This dull side is our cooking side, so we just kind of align it, make it the shape of the pan, put it in, voila. I'm going to give it a light spray. Very rare that pork is going to stick, but it can't hurt. It's okay. So next, we're going to open up our pork chops. All right, so let's talk about pork fat. Nothing better, right? I mean, who didn't grow up with Emerald, depending how old you are, and everything talking about how good pork fat is, right? Pork fat, pork fat, pork fat. Here's the truth. If eating this, once it is yummy and crispy in the oven, if that pork fat is too tempting for you and you're not going to be honest and intentional by cutting it off after you cook it and throw it away, you need to cut it off honest and intentionally before you cook it. That's a call that you're going to make. And if you think, I'll start off with, I'll leave it on, because it does add some flavor. It does add some, fat to the cooking, but you shouldn't eat it. And if it becomes problematic for you, it might come to a point where you're just going to clean your meats before you cook it. Same with like chicken skin, turkey skin, that kind of stuff. If it's too tempting for you, get rid of it before you cook it. Clear, honest, and intentional. All right. This is one of my favorite finds. It is called Everything Bagel Seasoning Himalayan Pink Salt. And it does not have dextrose. It's the pink label. It's an Aldi thing. I love my Aldi. All right, so we are going to take your pork chop, and I am putting like a coating thin on them. I hope you can see that. And then I am pushing them down. Yeah, I got pork on my hands. Now I'm going to take that pork, the topped side, and I'm putting that face down on the foil. And then I'm going to coat, a little harder left-handed. All right, same pork fingers, tap that in, push it into there. If you want to wear a glove when you cook, do it, absolutely. Whatever you need to do that makes you feel comfortable in your kitchen, that's what you need to do. And I will be going to wash this with soap and hot water in a moment. But I want to talk about where you put them together. If you push these all together, one of the things that I have learned is about letting steam escape. So we want to space them rather evenly because it allows for cooking to take place around all the edges and not be like a thicker meat cut. So like you're getting even cooking on all sides, you know, circularly around your thing. If you push them together, you might have spots that are going to cook unevenly. So keep them evenly spaced so that hot air can get around and do its job of the cooking. So, all right, basically, I'm just going to set these aside until the vegetable dish, if you were watching Brussels sprouts and carrots being roasted, when that is done. Basically, these are going to go in the oven under the broiler on high, and you're going to set a timer for 4 minutes. When that timer goes off, you pull these out. You're going to turn them over with the tongs. You're going to put them back in and set a timer for another 4 minutes. These are not even an inch thick, maybe just an inch. So this 4 minutes is going to be perfect each side for these thinner pork chops. Thicker the pork chop, the more time. So yeah, for right now, this is prepped. It's ready. That the spices are kind of going to meld into the meat as like what do you call that? Like a marinade. But yeah, just put it on there, set it aside. It's ready to go in when the vegetables come out. All right. See you back here in a few. All right, we're back to the pork chop. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to turn our oven to broil. Broil, mine says up or down, so it has high or low. The broiler is the part that is up above, cooking downward. So it's cooking just the top of the food. Not everybody knows this. Some of you may know that. Some of you, this is new. Well, welcome. So, yep. Broiler to high. We have these nicely sorted out. The other thing we want to do, let's grab our other hot pad. We want to move our oven rack up to the highest point. Highest point that it can. Maybe practice some of that or do it before you turn on the oven. But that's what we're going to do. All right. I have a gas stove. Electric works just as well. Different debate for another story. It will work for you. What you have will work for you. It's great. All right. My flame is on, so I know if it was electric, I would see that it's red and it's hot and it's ready to go. So we are going to put this in. We are cooking it side to side, not front to back. And we're going to hit a timer for 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Don't open your oven. Just let it go. All right. Pan comes out. Ooh. I got a little char going on my little seeds there. All right. Flip everything over. And actually, I am going to turn these this way, putting it back in. Four more minutes. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, maybe don't use plastic. Something I never thought of. Well, it's an old pan. It's all right. Yeah, don't have the little grips right underneath. If they have the silicone grips, yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, sorry, I was just checking. All right, so our pork chops are done. Out of the oven they come. Beautiful. And so now this next step is called letting them rest. Maybe move them just a little, get them off their main original spot. And we are literally going to let these rest, which means let them sit. That's simple. 2 to maybe 4 minutes. Just what that happens then is like the tissues kind of come back together and the juices get seared inside instead of, if you were to cut it right away, those juices would continue to go out, the steam escaping. So we want to leave the steam that is left inside of there in to be juices so that your meat isn't overly dry. So we're just going to let these rest and turn off the oven. One thing that I want to say is I should not have said you shouldn't eat the pork fat. I am not a nutritionist. I am not even your sponsor. It's not up to me what you should and should not eat. So I'm going to clarify that. But what I will tell you, as a compulsive overeater who loves various textures and crispy, crunchy pork fat, it is a problem for me if I trim it off of each one and eat all of the fat in one sitting in a meal. That's not good. If it is a problem for your compulsive eating, if it makes you eat more than your weighed and measured amount that you are following as far as your food plan goes, those are the considerations that you need to take into consideration when it comes to how you prepare your food, how you eat your food, that type of thing. So just keep that in mind. If you are following your food plan clear, honest, and intentionally, you do what is right between you and your nutritionalist, you and your sponsor, you and your higher power. So, all right. These are ready to be weighed and measured with your vegetable, your starch, your fat, all the things that you are allowed in your meal. So I hope you enjoyed learning how quick and simple and easy it is to make pork chops under the broiler. So have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon.